Good morning, folks. It's 2 o'clock this morning, but we're having a hot day coming up, a couple days. So I get out here early and I know. Shut up, Ray. Just show the stones. Well, I don't want to right now. I want to talk a little bit. I get a feeling, and I wish folks would tell me that you're wrong, Ray, you're wrong. But what I'm feeling is that I don't know how to say it again. I'll give it a whirl. But folks, I don't know why I happened to buy a 10-acre hill that had incredible artwork and enough stones to prove that the Uniface tool method was a happening in the Stone Age. And if I have to apologize for having I can go down there with a bucket and pick up treasures. I know everybody can't do that. I know it. But cut me some slack. I'm old. I'm 77 years old. I can't walk in the creeks. I can't dig big holes or nothing. I just happen to get a place where it shows evidence of, well, since many of these have extinct animals on them, I can sort of say that they're 10 or 12,000 years old. This is 6,000 or 8,000 years before, 5,000 or 6,000 years ago was the first written language. And somehow scientists can prove that the Aztec, the Maya, the Olmecs, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, etc., they're taking all that history from around 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, which is cool. But I'm not studying Mesoamerica. I'm not studying the Egyptian whatever, their art, their construction. I'm not studying that. I'm studying something that's 8,000 or 10,000 years older than that. And, just this spring alone, I picked up about 300 stones down there before the blackberries started growing real big. Anyway, and I'm finding more and more proof. I'm finding more and more stones where I can put them together and prove that the Uniface tool method was real. And the products of doing it that way gives you pieces of cortex to make images. And in my very first video 3 years ago, I still stand by that, of the way these were made. A stone had an end split off, and this splitting off was not just a bang with a rock. It was prepared. I have lots of stones like this, and I want to put them all together with this proof that I want to show that first of all, they were prepared to break. They weren't just haphazardly broken and they go with that. They knew what they were doing. There was thousands of years of training. The cores, the hard stone that split off from that direction, they're actually just the end product of all of the preparation and but I have so much proof that the stones were split up this way. A piece was taken off the end to expose the inside, and then they were split up to make, if it's a large stone, it ended up being sort of like a platter. and then they take larger pieces out of it. And I have found over and over again that these platters, the first two breaks are right down here. And now I can prove why. Well, it was to set the stone up for other breaks. And these were done so often, so many times, over and over for generations, that they were confident in more or less what type of, the shape of stone they were going to get. Yeah, I got lots of these, and I will show. And, well, I got a big table full of cores. And, but cores get real small. But they're still faceted. Small tools were made from them. Many of them show that the stone was about twice as big, and it was split. And this splitting right here is what set it up for the taking tools off from that base. These facets are not, that's not a natural happening. It was done that way. I sometimes have a hard time imagining how these slivers was used. They would have come off with a razor edge. Perhaps sometimes they were mounted differently. I don't know. But this uniface tool method was made even on small stones, pebbles, so to speak, to get these slices of stone that they use for tools. Anyway, let's talk about the cave bear. This little plastic toy threw me for a loop for a while until I finally realized that the head that they made on this toy was a little bit oversized for the body. But it's a toy, you know. And this is a new version of the bear. And the extinct bear was more of a short-faced bear. But it's the shape of the body that's important. Kind of a straight back, large, muscly body, a full-size body there with a cave bear head. Now, if the head was not there, I mean, if that wasn't the image on there, it could have been that the folks was putting on an elephant. And this is the image of an elephant. And these two, these have a hump on their back. And they have a they have a large head compared to their body. I see these as bison. I even sort of think I see some pecking that made this and this as if it was horns for the bison. Now, but what I want to talk about is the cave bear. I want to show these stones and kind of give you my idea that why they're cave bear, the shape of the body, and this nutting stone is just a full bear's head, and actually it's a squirrel from another direction. And both bears and squirrels eat nuts. And it's a nutting stone. But I want to try to keep my videos less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to go through these cave bears in my next video.